Hello friends, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. I am Sen, I am an artist and designer, and this is my little place on YouTube for cross stitch. So I hope you will enjoy your stay here with me, and for my dear returning viewers, you might have noticed the hair is gone. So you get to see me how I usually look if I don't fall into one of the traps of, yeah, let's try to grow out my hair as I have for the past 3 years. So this is more like my usual thing. But yeah, it has been 1.5 weeks since my last video, and this time I actually have quite a bit of update because I am gone back to full stitching mode. So I do have some finishes, I have new starts, and I have a bunch of whips that I worked on because I am back to trying to get to all of my whips. So we will see how that goes, right? For how long I can I'm gonna do that. I mean, I do enjoy all of my whips, otherwise I would not have them. I am thinking about UFOing at least one, but I'm not decided yet, so I'm not gonna talk about this today. Either way, what shall we start with? Starts. Why not? Because we're starting, right? So let's start with new starts. I have two. Let me find them. This is an empty bag. Of course, I do not have them on the top of my pile, and I have not opened the zippers, so I'm gonna do this down here. Since I finished a small, I started a new one. It's a small start yet. Not much to see. This is where it is at. I mean, you can probably already see what this is gonna be. It's a little coffee cup, and I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. So let me all of the papers out here. Sorry for the rustliness. This is what it's gonna look like. It is from a magazine. It's from the World of Cross Stitch. World of Cross Stitching. Yeah, and it was apparently an exclusive. I think it is the December 2022 issue. Is what it is. Which one it was. And there's another one that they have. That's this one here, but I'm only stitching the coffee one. So that is one new start I did. The other one is actually another pattern I made that I'm currently still stitching. So I'm not going to show you what it looks like finished. Basically, I've not even posted this on Instagram yet. So you are now getting a very exclusive sneak peek of my next pattern, at least as far as I am stitching it. Let me grab something to put behind it because I always forget. Let's see, do I have something here? Yeah, this would work. This is what I'm currently working on. It's gonna be a bit of a motivational-ish pattern. So this is where it's currently at. You can see a little bit of what it's gonna be like. So like this is gonna be an hourglass, then there will be a bit of text in here and some floral elements around it. I'm hoping that I can finish it sometime early next month, but knowing me, well, I'm not gonna make any promises, but as soon as this is finished, it will be available, and I'm of course gonna show you how it will look like then. But yeah, that's my second finish, a model stitch. design work in progress. So, what else? Let's continue with updates, I suppose, and leave the finishes for last. So I intend to not make this as long a video as one of my last ones, because I don't have any haul, so it's hopefully not gonna be an hour. Next one I worked on is this one here. It's Dragon in the Winter Forest, charted by Odyssey. This one I actually worked on yesterday and the day before for a little bit, and do not be alarmed, there's a lot of hanging threads here. I'm gonna try to hide them a little. Let's do it like this. So this is where I'm at. I have the first page finished over here, because Artisy patterns can have small pages, so page finishes don't take an insane amount of time, but this is also a very tiny count. As you can see, this is 28 count, 10 stitch, 2/1, so this is not gonna be large. This is just gonna be probably some, yeah. As you can see, lot of loose hanging floss, and I said that yesterday on my Instagram. I was like, sometimes I'm wondering how I managed to wrangle all of this, these loose threads, these park threads, and it's probably because I live chaos. Chaos is basically my middle name. I can deal with it. I thrive in chaos, apparently. So that works for me. I know some of you will probably be like, oh my god, so many hanging threads, they will all knot, and for some reason they don't. So I don't know what's up with that, but it works. Next thing I worked on is a kit that I got for Christmas. It's my first and currently only magic needle kit. Hopefully not gonna stay the only one, because I actually really enjoy these. They are great to work with, and that's what it's gonna look like when it is finished. I am stitching it with all of the kit materials. It's 16 count Ada and the kit floss. So 16 count Ada is actually something that I found I enjoy. 14 is not really for me. 16, however, because for 14 count, I mean, I work a lot on 14 count for my model stitch and everything, but I'm not too much of a fan of the coverage. I like the stitches dense a lot more. So 16 count works great for that. That's where I'm currently at. The lighting situation is a bit difficult as usual. I still have not invested in a ring light. I really should. So this is where I'm at. Made my way all the way, and I had to frog a ton of the upper part the first time that I started up here. When I moved, I started in the middle and I moved over here and then miscounted somewhere here, and I did a lot in the top here, top part that I had to frog, and I did my best to frog it in a way that I could reuse the floss, because I did not want to risk running out of it. That worked quite well. I only had to throw away 1 or 2 threads of it. So yeah, this is where I'm currently at. So I worked on that for 2 days since we last saw each other. And I will definitely continue working on this, because this is really enjoyable to work on. And the kit floss also already came sorted on these thread drops with numbered, which I really like, because I do work with floss drops, so this is perfect for me. and the length is also good. I mean, it gets a bit long when you need to do blends, because this has a few blends in it, but I don't mind long threads. I can work with that. I don't mind if they tangle along the way. I just untangle them. So next one, I think I also worked on last time. So I already showed this in my last video, but I worked on it some more. Is this one. It is by Max's Patterns on Etsy, if you are interested in this. I have two of these. They are similar. One I started quite a while ago, when I shortly after I started stitching, and I did that 2/1 full cross on I think 18 count. I have not worked on that in a while. This one I'm doing on a small, I think either 25 or 28 count 10 stitch, which I enjoy a lot more than the full cross on full coverage patterns. So this one is what I'm currently focusing on out of the two, and I mean I will finish the other one eventually, of course, or restart it. And here we have it again, the 5 million hanging threads. There's a threaded needle in there even. So let me just put some order in there real quick so that I can show you. I park a lot, as you can see. Sometimes I'm saying like I have more parked threads than actually threads worked in yet in these full coverages that I didn't get that far with yet. But this is where it's at. Let's see if I can get it closer. The white doesn't show up that well on camera, but as you can see, this is starting with the flower over here. Let's see. I really need to do something about this lighting situation, don't I? There, now that's better. And you should be able to see it. Focus camera. And let's see. This is the pattern. Just the top corner. I think it's 2%, if at all, 1.4% or 2% or something like that. Not that much. And these are not like the massive height-sized patterns, but they do come up on close to 100,000 stitches. I think they have like around 70,000 or something like that. So it is a lot, make no mistake. But I think some of the heights have almost 1 million. So let's see. Next one I worked on. It's also one of my older whips, which is why I don't work on it that much, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But I really love this one. I have thought about restarting it a few times, but I feel like I already put too much work into it to actually restart it. So, and I don't mind working on it, but it's not the easiest to work with, because when I started it, I was smart and I started it on linen instead of Ida. Like on a, you can see, I think this is also a minimum a 25, but more like a 28 count. It's a light green linen, and I'm doing it in my custom. This was actually also the first that I did 10 stitch, I think, like where I did the 2/1 tent with, and this is where it's at, as you can see. I did the top corner. Oh, my cat is starting to push things off my desk. So this is where it's at, and I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it does work. I can do the tent stitch on this fabric, but it's not as easy as it would be with either, because obviously with linen the holes aren't as even as they are on Ida, and they get larger when you thread your needle through. What is it, baby? Do you want to say hi? Come on. Say hi. This is Settle. He is demanding attention. He wants to sit here. And yeah, do you want to sit here? Do you want to help? Okay, and sit. He always wants to sit on my lap when I'm busy. That's whenever he's not sleeping, that's where he wants to sit. So, as you can see, top corner, not too much yet, but to me, I mean, that's, if you have been following me for a while, you know that since I started like 2 years ago with cross stitch, this is what most of my projects look like, at least my full coverages. That's the progress that I have on most of them. So to me, this is like, yeah, I've already done a lot. I don't want to restart it unless I'm very unhappy with, I'm very unhappy working on it, which I'm not. It's fine. I do like working on this. No, this does not all belong in there. Just these ones. So that is irises and dragonflies. And the last whip is also one that I actually also showed last time. That I worked on some more. And I still have not printed out a cover page. This is Gone to Pieces by Long Dog Samplers, which I restarted when I showed it last time, because the linen I originally started on I did not like the coverage of, and it was getting too large for my taste because I stitched it 2/2 originally. This one is 1/1 full cross on a 25 count Lugana, which I like a lot more. I think I'm actually starting to be a fan of Lugana. I never worked on Lugana before. Well, I did, apparently, because somebody told me last time that the Easy Count fabric that Dobby gifted me is probably Lugana, which I did not know, since she didn't remember either. But yeah, apparently I enjoy Lugana, which is good to know. I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future, and for full coverage and such, because this is... I might actually try to dye some of it, because this is like a long piece. This is probably way too much fabric for this. Oh, there it fell on. Because this is folded here, and it's folded again. This is like a scrap piece that I got at RLNS for €6 or something. And I will not need all of this for this piece, because this is the width fits on here, and it's a longer piece, but it will probably end somewhere here. So I'm losing the paper for the... I'm keeping this in here so I know what fabric it is. So that's that. That's what I'm using the fancy flosses for that I showed in my birthday haul. 3 shades of green and I think 2 shades of purple. Yes, greens, teals and purples is what I'm gonna use for this one. And black for the... Hey! No scratching on the couch. I'm gonna feed you in a second, baby. But yeah, that is the last of my whips. I mean, technically I have 2 more, but those are finishes, so I'm gonna call them what they are. The first I finished is, and I already washed, ironed and framed them. So it's actually FFOs. This is the first one. This is a, I think it's actually a freebie from Tiny Modernist. Let me check, I still have it here. Oh, I should have it here. Quite sure that I saw it earlier. There it is. Oh, it's only the pattern, but yeah, I'm quite sure actually that that's what it was. Let me see if I find the other piece. No, I don't. If I'm mistaken, I'm gonna just correct me, or I'm gonna put it in the put a note here. But I changed a bit of the colors. From what I remember, the house, the purple that I have here was originally blue, but this fits better with my home aesthetic. As you can see, green and purple is my vibe. So yeah, that's the first one. I just put it in a cheap little frame, and I actually noticed that I prefer to not put the glass on, so just have the stitch as it is, without the glass, and it's just basic lacing in the back. So this that's what this looks like, and I'm gonna put that on the wall later. Second one I finished, and I actually did finish that, I think, the day before yesterday. Yeah, on Monday, is this one. So this is the first one for my D&D wall. And I started that last year, sometime early last year, when we were playing this campaign, which we are no longer doing, unfortunately. The pattern originally is from White Raven patterns on Etsy. She has a whole set of of all the classes of D&D, with this dragon frame and then a class image in here. So these vary. This is the cleric one because the character that I played was a cleric, and the thing that I changed is I did not stitch the colors that she had charted. I used 2 different variegated flosses for this. And the one is a DMC one, the blue one. Can't say which number. And the other one is a anchor, I think. And I did not stitch. She originally has the class name under this. I think, yeah, I have it here. This is what the what it originally was, and I left out the class name and charted the name of my character and stitched it down here. So that is what this one is. And yeah, this is also gonna go up my walls. I want a wall with a lot of all of the D&D patterns that I'm currently still stitching, all of the whips that need finishing. And yeah, I'm gonna make a wall out of that and see how that looks, hopefully. And because I have a lot of wall space left. You can't see it in the back because this one behind me is quite full, but I do have a wall over here above my TV where there's only one larger, like A3 frame hanging on the whole wall, and the wall is quite barren. So I want to fill that wall. And then I have my storage slash craft room, or what was supposed to be my craft room, that I am more or less unable to use. That has nothing on the walls. So even if I can't use it really as a craft room, I can still decorate the walls, right? So, and in our next flat, that's hopefully gonna change. But yeah, I do not want to start a rant about this house and its issues again. So it is what it is. And I think we are at the end. As for live updates, there are not many live updates. My life of my cross stitch and such is quite boring most of the time. I am still looking for a therapist. I'm still at home and none the wiser. And yeah, waiting for the weekend, because this weekend is going to be Easter. Today is the 27th of March. I did not say that in the beginning of the video. And we are going to visit my parents for Easter. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that because my brother and my 2 nephews are gonna be there, and they are God, now I need to make sure I'm not making a mistake. They are 3 and 1 years old, so it's always nice to see how much they've grown and what new things they have learned and all that. It's for those of you who are parents probably will say, "Oh, this is a great age," or maybe not. I don't know. I don't have kids, and I don't plan on changing that. I'm too old to make that choice. But yeah, that's it. We will probably see each other again in another 1.5 weeks or so. Maybe a week, depends on my time and energy and when I get to film. If you want more regular updates, I usually post daily or at least every other day on my Instagram. The link is below. If you're interested in any of my patterns and want to support me a little, then the link to my Etsy shop is also down below. And I would love if you would like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see me again. And always feel free to leave a comment down below. I love to chat in the comments. Tell me what you think about the patterns I'm working on. Tell me which ones you like. Maybe you're even stitching one of them. That would be cool. So let's stitch them together, right? And yeah, that's it for now. I will stop waffling on, and it's already half an hour again. Who would have thought? Time flies, and I need breakfast. So this is also a theme. I film in the morning when I get up, and then I'm like, oh, I have been sitting here for an hour filming and editing and everything. Let's have some food. So again, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some stitching done if that's what you do while watching Flosstube, and enjoyed the verdant backdrop. It's growing. This is a fake plant, this tree here. Everything else is very real and very much alive. So yeah, because people keep commenting. You keep commenting on my plants, and my plants are my babies. I have a lot more than the ones that you can see here. If you're interested, maybe I'm gonna do a plant tour. I could do that. But yeah, for now, see you next time, and have a great Easter weekend if you celebrate that, or just a great weekend in general. Until next time, bye!